Hi, my name is Autumn Jones, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
It's Gracie from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Autumn Jones. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, doing so good in the sun.
All right, let's get straight into the questions. What made you want to get into music?
Yeah, well, I've been around music my whole life. Both of my parents are like music enthusiasts. They're like the entertaining parents. Whenever we go to like parties, whatever, they like to do little bits and acts together and stuff like that. And they love music. So my dad has always had a piano, and he would like sit me on his lap, and I'd play on the piano and stuff like that. And started kind of singing a little bit in church. He would take me to various churches, and I started kind of singing. And then I really wanted to get into, practicing piano and learning how to play and sing, especially like Alicia Keys. That was a big like idol of mine. So I always wanted to do that. Um, so I was in orchestra, I was in choir throughout basically the majority of my school years, like elementary school, middle school, high school. I did a little bit of theater as well. And in high school, in our a cappella groups and choir, I met this group of three people at school who some originals, and that was kind of my first experience writing and performing songs that I had written that were more contemporary. And then I, you know, decided to pursue it in college and got into Berklee College of Music, and that was kind of the pivotal moment of my career. That's when I started getting really serious about, just performing or writing and making it a professional career.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite musical memory that you can think of?
I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed performing, but the musical theater atmosphere, I'm not sure how I fit in with it. Like, I wouldn't really call myself a theater kid. One of my first ever theater experiences was in fourth grade. I went to audition for a local theater performance of Oliver, and I was terrified. Mind you, like when I was younger, I was literally terrified to perform by myself. That's why I liked orchestra. That's why I like choirs. I needed people with me. So to like be in there on my own, like by myself, was so scary. I like barely whispered out any sort of music. So I like ran out to my mom, and like I was so scared. And she was like, I'll do it for you. I'll audition so you can see it's not so scary. And she actually ended up getting the lead of Nancy, which was really
Wow.
funny. Yeah, like she was only doing it literally so that I wouldn't be as nervous. Um, so that was funny. But yeah, so honestly, that was a really cool show because I was involved with my mom, and my mom was so happy. It was such a confidence boost for her. I also got in, but I was like in the background and stuff like that, doing more stuff like that.
Yeah. How has it been for you, like starting out in the industry? Because I know it's very competitive for some people.
So when I first started working on my first project, which was Bloom, that was released in 2018. That was like my sophomore year of Berkeley. I was really kind of formulating, and I had been learning in classes, not just the songwriting aspect or the performing aspect, but the music business aspect of how to promote, how to put a project together, making posters, making album art, like reaching out to people, pre-save the album and blah, 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 blah. So that album was kind of my first taste on how to do all of that. I organized a little mini tour for the release afterwards. So that was also really fun. So I ordered like albums, like physical CDs and like little posters, and it was my first time doing merch. And I kind of just wanted to experience doing all of the nitty gritty that goes into being like a DIY artist slash musician. So yeah.
How do you find inspiration for your music?
Ooh, that's a good one. Honestly, I kind of just let the creativity flow. A lot of my songs that have been released have been songs that I either worked on like my freshman year of high school, that I wrote then, or songs that I wrote in the last like 6 months. Like this song Bittersweet, which was my most recent single, that I wrote within this past year. So that was kind of like the producer, Marvin, also known as Yakmanu, reached out to me with this beat. We were in class together and he reached out to me. He was like, hey, I have this beat. I think this would be cool if you want to write something on it. And so that kind of came out more organically. And that was super kind of like a quick songwriting session as opposed to like years long of like trying to figure out exactly what I want to say. So
Yeah. Speaking of Bittersweet, it's your first release of this year. How are you feeling about that?
I'm honestly really grateful with how people have been receiving it and like commenting on like the YouTube video. It's been really, I've been sitting on it for a while in terms, not sitting on it, but working on the like release aspect, the YouTube, the music video and the single release and like getting as many people to hear about it, the playlisting and stuff like that. So like to see so many people adding it on the playlist, to see so many people starting to add me on Spotify and like my monthly listeners are increasing and just like people enjoying the music video. It's just really great. Like I love people, I love seeing people reshare my stuff, listening to my stuff. Like this guy was like driving and yeah, don't drive and record. But he was driving and like recording himself listening to Bittersweet. So it was like just stuff like that. It's really wholesome.
Yeah, and I know you've written a lot of songs. Was there a reason you decided on Bittersweet as your next single?
Um, so releasing songs is always kind of like a complex, it's both complex and very simple because I have like a few songs that I'm working on right now that are in various stages of release. But Bittersweet, I just had such a strong vision for it. Like I was like, oh, I can see the music video to this. Oh, I can see the merch for this. I can see the artwork for this. And so like that was what all this inspiration came to me. So I was like, all right, let's focus on that as opposed to like, but I was working on this song first, but it's not coming as easily to me. Like the vibe isn't really there. It's more just the songwriting is done, if that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
What was it like for you filming the music video? I love the music video, so I'd love to hear about it.
Thank you. It was actually a fairly um great process. Okay, so I tell people all the time. People were usually very surprised that I was dancing. I am not a dancer. I always disclose this. I am not a dancer. I do like to dance. It's something that I've always loved to do, but I am a kind of improv type of girl. So I do what I like to do. I move however the music moves me. But I would like to get to a point where I do consider myself a dancer, like the same way I consider myself a musician or a model or an actress. Like I want to consider myself a dancer as well. I'm not there yet, but um I just love the beat of the song and I could really see like a beautiful, I was getting a lot of beautiful spiritual and feminine energy from this song. And that's what I wanted to capture on screen. I reached out to a girl that I went to high school with who is an amazing dancer. She danced through high school on the special dance team. We had like a really cool dance situation going on at school, a lot of great talent. And we were on the volleyball team together. So I reached out to her and I was just like, hey, listen, I want to make a music video with some dancing. Like, can you help me out? So her name is Dondrea. She choreographed the whole thing. I did a little bit of the hand motion stuff that came into mind, but she like put it together. Like she literally made all of the dancing with the scarves and with everything. It was really fantastic. So we did a few rehearsals before obviously getting into the filming process. But yeah, so like we did some work, some rehearsals with the girls. Um, but it was pretty well organized, I would say. We scheduled it really well and I feel like dedicated enough time to learning the choreography. Um, and then yeah, and then we filmed in FD Studios in New York City, and that was great too. And yeah, it just came out, I think it came out really great.
Yeah. From your first song, which was released maybe 2 years ago, to obviously
Mm.
Bittersweet coming out now, have you seen a change or growth in your music?
I would say so. I've worked with various producers over the years. My first ever release was called Walls, and I think that might have been 20 like 17, 2018, which is crazy. That's like 3 years ago. That's crazy to me. But yeah, um that process was just very different. There were different people involved. That was kind of made first from a song that I wrote again from high school that started to develop, and it was something I felt really strongly about at the time. And it's a lot darker. There's a lot more electronic tone, not electronic, sorry, like electric guitar and bass, and a good, I would say actually that Bittersweet captures that mix of acoustic and electronically produced song that Walls actually also does. So that's something definitely I'm trying to go for. But I think the mixing is much better. Like I would say the overall vocal mix is much better. Shout out to Nick Kidonis and Yakumanu Marvin.
Do you have any future projects or plans that you could tell us about?
Yeah, I'm always working on new music. I was trying to get I have a bunch of different songs that I'm working on that are definitely going to be released this year. I'm hoping to release a song every 2 months. That is my hope. That is what we're going for. So I am excited for that. I'm also trying to get some more outdoor performances that are like safe for people to enjoy, but also that we can all enjoy in the sun and the music. I really miss performing so much. So getting back on the live performing, wagon would be fantastic.
This is more of a fun question for you, but if you could describe yourself and your music in 3 words, what do you think they would be?
Ooh, I would say soulful, spiritual, and I want to say sultry, but I feel like those are three. Yeah, yeah.
It works.
I feel like soulful, sultry kind of goes together. I was gonna say organic, but I don't know if that fits either. I don't know.
I mean, it's your choice, so whatever you choose works.
Okay,
uh,
for sure. I'll stick with those then.
okay. Do you have any favorite songs at the moment?
Favorite songs. Ooh, I am really loving. Oh my God, wait. I was just. Oh, Leave the Door Open. Bruno
Uh,
Mars and Anderson .Paak. I have been blasting that song for the past like since it came out. Honestly, I love that song. It's great.
yeah. Speaking more on music, do you have an ideal collaboration that you would want in the future?
Yeah, I was just talking to my friends about this. That's so hard because there's so many amazing, amazing, amazing people I would love to work with. Especially like their songwriting skills, their vocal technique is fantastic. I one of the people that I would love to work with is her. I think
Mhm.
that she is fantastic, and I would love to just write just one line. Doesn't have to be the whole song. Literally just one line for her. For her to sing one line that I put together that I wrote would make my life. I would just be like, that's amazing.
And last question for you. Our website is all about up and coming artists and acts. Do you have anyone that you would recommend or that you have your eye on?
That's coming up.
It could be coming up or just someone you enjoy.
I would definitely I would definitely check out Iman. She is a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic singer from the Middle East, and she is killing the game right now. Super beautiful, ethereal voice, but with some super cool, intricate production by Vibes the Prod. So definitely
All right.
check him out. Iman, Emaa.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so great to talk to you.
Of course. Thank you for having me.